played it in the past.
Dota mechanic.
On the back, it kept NGX from getting relegated. Sumail looked absolutely amazing on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it can work really, and you know, you have the Nature's Prophet to deal with towers. You have really strong lanes. It's not a bad draft from Virtus.pro, but I think that Navi definitely have more chances in this game than they had in the previous one.
Yeah, and looking through this, you know, are you going for VP again?
I don't know. I'm gonna go for Navi here.
Okay, well, we are going to be taking a quick word from our sponsors before we're going to insert into this second game. So here it is from EGB. Yeah, I think I'm going to be back in VP. Yeah, I just, you know, they have that momentum. They have the, with the Pudge coming into this as well, not easily burst down, even with Drought. If you can get on top, which the Pudge wants to do, I assume there's going to be a Blink Dagger coming out, even just getting a good hook range, being able to drag her in, get that dismember off. It's so much power you take away from the Drought range, just being stood next to her. So I'm looking at VP. They looked cleaner in that last game as well, just to be able to execute a little bit better coming into this series, into this second game.
The thing about VP, it's a little bit harder to execute this lineup that they're playing right now. It's a lot of speed is necessary, right? And I haven't necessarily seen them play an exact lineup like this. So I think, you know, there could be some mistakes, and Navi, when you look at their lineup, they can utilize those mistakes. They can take towers with a Lycan, they can split push, they can be annoying themselves, and they can create enough space for VG. And plus, you know, they I think they really know what they're doing in the safe lane, and that could be a problem for Virtus.pro. I think Navi could win the safe lane quite a lot, and a very strong Drow Ranger can be a problem in this game for every single hero of Virtus.pro.
30
yeah,
seconds
we'll have to see as we get ourselves into this game. The runes are going to be starting to come up as well. The Wolves scouted around from the Lycan, just around the map to see what they can see. There was a 4-man smoke rotation, but nobody from the side of VP came up to the high ground. So this Radiant high ground where the train is now was being scouted out. And yeah, Navi, they were looking for something but weren't able to find a kill because VP just stuck together, not sure where everyone else was, and didn't really try and test into this. Tukalis could be in some trouble though, being chased down. Lays wants to come in. There's nothing being picked up by Sweden Strong to try and contest it onto this rune, but there's going to be the Acorn shot. Tukalis taking a lot of damage here. Krillia, he's taking that hook, maybe looking for the angle on it, but Lays will already be away.
That we are, you and me are watching the game, so it seems like it is It is a radio cast, so production will probably do it. But the lanes are already starting. Yeah, there were already some fights on the bounty runes there. In the end, no one really lost their life, but it was the Keeper of the Light that lost some of his HP.
Yeah, and I mean, if you are contesting into this Lesh as the Keeper of the Light, how much are you going to be investing into just keeping yourself alive, you know, getting that regen out? Because Squadix, again, not really a mobile hero, so if he does get caught in this lightning, he's open to taking a lot of damage.
I mean, the Keeper of the Light can't die in this lane. Just there's no way. So his Squadix is gonna be fine. The Keeper of the Light is just way too fast to be in any kind of trouble. And the potential for gank, I mean, it is there, but it is gonna be quite apparent when the heroes are moving, especially, let's say, Sweden Strong. If Sweden Strong moves late, so he's immediately dead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will keep an eye to see how Squadix wants to do, but top lane, you know, you can see that Cyrus coming in with the batch assault, going to be taking a lot of damage. Even Mal just standing with the right clicks. With barely any items, this Sven doing 66 damage, so Cyrus has to be careful about how far forward he comes. Noticed putting some pressure out as well, but Cyrus, what can they actually do in this lane? Krillia, you get the lockdown. Krillia gets the kill into the laser in the bottom lane.
This is one thing that is a problem. That is a real big problem, that bottom lane. And I don't think that VP are gonna drop the ball there halfway through, as Nemiga did.
Yeah, and top lane, they even get the aggression coming out, and noticed, able to set up, and Marty gets separated with the battery assault coming through from the clockwork. They were able to get another kill, and Sven just again caught out of position and killed off.
This is the thing in this top lane, Navi. They need to be together all the time. But as a Sven, you're thinking, I want to give my Drow as much experience as I can, and it just ends up not working for you.
Nicky Cool, he turned to get a last hit or do some damage to the creep. He was on pace to get that rune, but because he turned back to get the damage onto the creep, Cyrus steals the rune. And that puts him at the disadvantage. The bottom lane, the hook comes in onto Sweden strong, but the mid lane, yes, Squadix, he's able to force this underneath the tier 1 tower.
One thing that makes the Keeper of the Light just not nearly as strong as he used to be is that there's no more small camps. He used to farm both the small camps in the mid lane. Now you don't have the ability to do so, so obviously he's not going to be getting an overwhelming amount of yes, and we are seeing that some camps are blocked.
Yeah, I love that. The 2 medium camps being blocked by the side of Navi, so he can't get that extra quick farm out. Meanwhile, back in the top lane again, Marty taking harass. He has to use that war cry to get himself away, which he is going to be more than likely maxing out because, again, it's the position 5 Sven. So that great cleave, probably not going to be seeing all that great in this game.
I'm pretty sure we're not going to see that one unless the game is going really badly and he thinks it's going to help him push out the waves. Yeah, it's not going to be a spell that we see.
So, do you just go for stats in that? You max out onto the Stormhammer, the Warcry, just go for stats?
Yeah, usually you do that. That's how it works. Though the question is, will you even get to a point, right? You need to be level 11. We're probably gonna be going for the talent, right? And then on level 11 we will find out.
Okay. Well, we will see how he plays it here. Bottom lane, you can see that Hitakalis, he's looking for something. He's looking to set up, and Krillia, he's not bothered about coming forward and taking some harass out because he's got that ring of health. He's got the regen coming through, getting close towards the Vanguard there as well. Only going to be about 500, 600 gold off. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, Squadix just continues to push us one out. The medium camp at the top of the high ground has been dewatted as well, so at least he can get some of the Illuminate Blast through that to find some extra farm.
That's definitely gonna help. It is something that you need. The Lash is no pushover either. I just don't see this Keeper of Light having like a big advantage in terms of net worth, something that we got used to in what was it, a year ago when he was played a lot.
Yeah. Bottom lane though, there's going to be the chase down. Can he get the hook off here? He actually misses it off. So Krillia not able to get the drive back onto and put the leash onto the Lycan.
That Lycan is going to be fine, and actually, even with that early death, the Lycan is doing quite okay with himself in this lane. The lane will again gonna be pushing towards him, and he just needs to be careful not to die now.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be the frostbite. Krillia walking up to him, just going to be able to run him down with the one, and this time the hook will land. So Lays one more right click, but Krillia
okay.
Doesn't confirm the kill, and the Crystal Nova won't connect onto Lays there either. It's a lot of punishment for the Pudge. I know he's doing all right here, getting close. He's got himself a couple of tangos being passed over from Dekalis, but again, one more right click, a second longer in the rot, probably gets the kill onto Lays.
That is a perfect situation for Navi, actually, for the Pudge to get a little bit lower, because overall you don't want to get close to those creeps at that time, because you know that is the time where you can die and the creeps are coming your way. He makes a mistake, but in the end it ended up going perfectly for Navi, actually.
Yeah, and Pudge? Oh, okay. So Pudge had his courier at the other shop, walks up to the secret shop and just doesn't get in range before he buys the Vanguard. So he had to sell it on the courier to get the item, complete the Vanguard on his side. I was just wondering where his gold went, but yeah, no, there was that courier on the side. Now the chase down. They're going to get on top of the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden Bushwhack comes out, split earth, and they complete the kill. Nicky Cool picking that one up. But it does mean that this means Squadix is free to rotate in the smoke form with the Arcane Rune as well. And Marty, the cogs, it doesn't trap him in. Marty might be able to get out. The Illuminate Blast does come through. It's going to be a lot of damage, but again, with this Arcane Rune going, Marty's going to be chased down, and the Illuminate Blast. Squadix finds that kill, 3 points into that. Easy kill onto the Sven in the top lane. So a 5 for a 5.
That's so much damage there being done to him. It's just insane. And with these rotations from Squadix, it should be an easy power. Drow Ranger isn't really a hero that defends it, and this is a problem for VTune. Drow wants a long laning stage, and this is why Sven was trying to give him a little bit of space there for the experience, but just not successfully.
Mid lane, the light blast comes out here from the Keeper of the Light, just blows him right back into the Illuminate, and that's an easy kill there for Squadix on Nicky Cool.
Navi needs time for levels. They really need time. They need to delay this somehow to get level 6s, especially on the Hoodwink, to make sure that she can kill this this Keeper of the Light. Squadix has to die. If this continues, he's just gonna destroy them. And when you look at the supports of Virtus.pro, especially the Crystal Maiden, they have perfect ones to complement the Keeper if this continues.
Yeah, and they're gonna go for even more here. Malady trying to run himself away, but there's gonna be the Rocket Blood Scouts out again, the Blinding Light into the Illuminate Blast, and Malady just gonna be chased out. Sayush, can he get a range of the Virus Soul? He can, but it doesn't proc a second time. Stormhammer comes out, and now Nicky Cool, well, the cogs are gonna be dropped. Trying to run himself away, he will still go down. Nicky Cool picks up that kill, so Sayush went a little bit too far there, but he does still put the Fear of God into the Sven.
The only reason why they got that clock kill is because Sven had the boots in the backpack, so it seemed like they were gonna kill him because he was so slow, right? If he had them in his inventory from the get-go, they wouldn't even be chasing on that one. So, you know, a little bit of luck there for Navi, and the clockwork overextends because of it.
And while that's going on, I mean, we just saw Lays having to move into the jungle because 1v1 against the Pudge. Pudge level 6 now. He's going to be... Okay, it's just going to be on the Citator. Sees the really nice ward. Let's see the rotation, but it doesn't hit the Lycan, hits the Creeper. Yeah, the Lycan trying to contest 1v1 against the Pudge. The Pudge is just saying, you're a melee hero. You have to run into my rot. You know, come into my web. And I'll slowly burn you down.
For now, Navi, we're trying to make something happen on the top lane. Not gonna be giving them much. Sven and the Lash are actually quite good at killing people. If they can stun the Keeper once, they're probably gonna be able to take him down. The Squadix is way too fast, you know. It's gonna be very weird if he steps out of line.
Sayush, though, could be in trouble. There's going to be the gust, the damage as well. And, yeah, okay. You get the kill onto Sayush, and the Pudge just continues to get the free farm on the bottom lane. Lay's not coming in to contest this. In fact, with the Crystal Maiden, Lays, he's going to be seen again. Pudge this time. Does he have the angle? He has the vision, but he doesn't want to throw it out. Those wolves point blank right in front, and the hook comes out when he connects onto the wolf. And not the wolf that he wanted now, because this shapeshift comes out. Brilliant. Stormhammer, 3 heroes, 4 heroes grouped up around this Pudge, and the Pudge, he's even going to try and go with the rock, turn himself around. But the damage, even with the Dismember, they get the kill onto Malady, but he will eventually take down the Pudge.
Oh man, that damage from the Keeper of Light, come on. The Sven, he was almost full HP and he just gets destroyed. Yeah, you're going down, Pudge, but let's kill this guy. And I, you know, usually don't expect that kind of a burst to come through, but it does. And Squadix continues to do well in this lane. This last big Keeper of the Light is doing so well for now.
Yeah, sweet and strong. He gets his deny onto the rune. It's actually not going to cost him his life. What level Sayush? Level 4? Good. So no hook shot just yet for the clockwork.
So I like Krilat is pretty much playing a lifestealer in the bottom lane. You know, he is not allowing the tower to fall. He's just making sure that the Lycan cannot respond. And this is so big because Virtus.pro, you know, Pudge is this hero that wants to farm. And if he cannot get him away from the bottom lane and not get that tower, a lot of things are a problem for you. 1, your Lycan is not doing anything. 2, the enemy carry is farming. 3, there's nothing you can do about it. So Navi, they're gonna try to break the status quo with the smoke to the top lane, but now it's just way too easy to read with no one being on bot.
Yeah, the Illuminate Blast in the mid lane as well, pushing out the wave. Squadix knows he's not in danger. And I think they're on the minimap. Sayush broke the smoke, so at least 2 heroes. The hookshot doesn't connect. Oh, that ward though on the high ground. V-Tune able to move himself away. Yeah, Sayush not able to get... He's going to be able to get the D-ward off, but not able to get the lockdown onto the drow and get that kill.
Look at Virtus.pro supports. They're just so cocky here. You can't do it. They should be punished for it, but you just don't know where they are if you're Navi, and you need to be careful about it. Still, you know, delaying. At some point, you'll get the items to get on top of the Keeper of the Light, but the timing of Virtus.pro is coming up much earlier. Navi, they should be afraid of it.
And that's one of the things that... Oh, Nicky Cool. I think the Illuminate just stopped a little bit short there on Nicky Cool.
Yep.
And he doesn't take the damage for it because with that, the Solar Bind, as well as the Spirit Vessel on top of him, that could have been a death on the ledge if the Illuminate does connect.
He dies. Actually, that's the scary thing. He would have died if that does connect, and you know, he was barely off the mark. So it's definitely gonna be sweating there.
The hook comes in, Kriliak just trying to get some farm, but Sweden Strong moving down. Bushwhack's going to connect, but he's a big tanky boy here, 1600 health. He's got himself the Vanguard, he's got himself 7 armor, even going to be able to use the Flesh Heap active if he needs it, and he won't be contested at all. But talking about this Lycan, you talked about trying to go on to the, punishing the supports for the side of VP. In fact, the supports for VP might be punishing the side of Navi. Even VTune stepping up the hook shot. It connects. They're going to be able to get themselves up onto Malady now as well. Where's that Illuminate Blast? It's going to clean right through Malady. And he goes down easy. Lycan in that dog form, but he's just going to be again leashed up by the Pudge. Sharpshooter doesn't connect. So he gets taken down by Sweden Strong. And Kriliak, at least, will lays. There's going to be the chase onto Kriliak. No, the Bushwhack, though, it stops Squadix with the TP away. And he just get the vision. Squadix, can he survive through this? The Illuminate from himself will heal him up.
Middle tower is under attack.
Not only this, Nicky Cool, while all this was happening, he went to the mid lane. Now he does a lot of damage to that mid lane tower. He kills the Nature's Prophet and he forces the Pudge. Finally, Pudge is out of the bottom lane. That opens up the tower for Navi. But no, Virtus.pro, they're coming over again.
Radiant's
they want to go for it, yes. Soush, though, he's going to be Bushwhacked to a tree just as he TPs in. He doesn't have that hook shot for the next 12 seconds, so he just says, you know what? You get away. I've got better things to do, as he does use that shovel to dig up. I'm assuming the healing salve or the mango, something like that.
Or his own grave, doesn't matter. But the Navi are doing quite well in this game, I have to say. For a moment there, it looked like the Keeper of the Light was just gonna crush them, but they have been able to keep themselves, eyes on the prize. We know what we need to do. We need to create
Dire's
space
middle tower
so
is
that the
under
Lycan
attack.
or the Lesh can go and push their towers. And by doing it over and over again, they finally force Virtus.pro into a bad fight.
True. And I mean, the big power spike, I was saying it before the fight broke out, and it did actually happen, but Blaze so far hasn't been able to, before that fight, being able to punish the two supports, who, like you say, are getting incredibly aggressive, rotating around with Squadix. And the Wolf, he's huffed and he's puffed. Before that fight, though, he wasn't able to blow either support down.
Radiant's
and now
bottom tower is under
he's
attack.
he's still going to be going towards the Helm of the Overlord, so he's still going to be controlled by the Bashful if he tries to chase down the Frostbite as well from Decalis. So before that BKB's out, there's still ways to stop the Lycan and get him to stop chasing the heroes, trying to go for those kills.
Oh, for sure. So Virtus.pro, they only have a 1k gold lead, even sub that one. Their timing is, of course, still coming with an Aghanims on the
Radiant's
Pudge,
bottom tower
but
is
their
under
towers
attack.
are starting to take some damage, and that is the most important thing for Navi. If they are doing some damage to the towers, then they are the ones that have some info on what is going on the map, and that is very important.
Yeah, you can see the Crystal Maiden now as well. Going to be able to use the Frostbite, 3 points into that to help Squadix just push out this bottom lane. And he might have found out the Clockwork, actually. The Bushwhack does come through. It's going to be split up into the Sharpshooter. So Nicky Cool, he gets the kill there. Really nice one up against the Clockwork, who just this time was punished for being so far out of position away from the rest of his team.
Well, this was happening. There was a little cool interaction there. So Krilat found the illusion rune, and he was sending one to block the ancients for VTune. For a Drow Ranger, the ancients are like your lifeline. If they get blocked even once, you know that you're losing so much. And VTune and Malady, they're like using all the spells to make sure that the illusion dies and it doesn't block the camp. So it was quite nice, and they do manage to do it in the end.
Mid lane, Kriliak, how's he looking? He's got that Ags up, but no BKB, no blink. So he's looking to bring the heroes to him. Smoke comes through from the side of Navi, though. You can see at the top, 4 heroes smoked up. Maybe going for a long rotation marksmanship. The multi-shot being used here from the Drow. Try and take the pressure off to this tier 1. The siege creep is still there. The treant's moving in now as well. Kriliak's taking the punishment from the tower. So with this, again, Pudge, 2k health, going to be able to take down this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. And all of a sudden, this smoke from the side of Navi just didn't pay off.
This is now the real test for Navi. Can you keep yourself alive now when the mid lane tower is gone? It opens up so many possibilities for Virtus.pro, and having the Clockwork, it means they always have an initiation tools. So many access points now towards the triangle as well. So VTune is going to be in a lot more trouble.
Yeah, and we've not spoke about Natus. We can see the odds. Oh, that's so close to even between the two teams. So even EGB not being able to separate the two, being able to separate what from his life, though. Navi are going to be able to do that.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Natus because he hasn't been a part of this game. We have literally only seen a Wrath of Nature and him dying that one time in the mid lane. That's about it. Even that wasn't on screen because there was a bigger fight happening on the other part of the map. He just hasn't been able to find anything, but he does have an Aghanim Scepter, so now he's going to be able to help his team keep the enemies in place, and mostly it's for out pushing the lanes. It's about map control for Virtus.pro.
And again, the Entangle coming out, that's just even more control before. How's the Drow looking in terms of nerd? Doesn't have a BKB. Oh, hookshot doesn't connect. It's just a little bit too short away from Lycan. But yeah, being able to bounce around, and now there's going to try and go on the shapeshift purge as well. Blinding Light trying to force him back. And looking to see Illuminate damage. He might be able to go to the left. The left is going to be punished. The brings him through the wall. Nicky Cool, he gets taken down, and Natus gets that kill. The Kalas takes down Malady. They are going to be able to get down Lays as well. 3 heroes for Krillia. And now the 4 staffs can they chase down? It's going to be maybe a 5-man wipe if they can get on top of Sweden Strong. But Sweden Strong, he is tricky. He's going to be able to scurry himself away from danger. Stops with the bushwhack. Is that going to be the sign? There's not going to be anything to close that gap, but they trade out 4 heroes for a Krillia. And three of them were already dead before the pudge went down anyway.
Oh man, that was so good for Virtus.pro. It looked very nice for a second for Navi because they silenced the Pudge before he got his flesh heap off, but it only baited Navi even further in, and now Sweden Strong is going to be the 5th casualty of that fight.
I think he was going for the high 5, but he pressed the wrong button and drops his flag instead.
Yeah, maybe. The thing is, that's so bad. That was Navi's time. They get the silence. If the Pudge dies early on, Virtus.pro have to run. They have to run for their lives. But because he survives for so long and Navi's heroes start dying, even the CM multi kicks in, all of those things, it just changes everything. Maybe if just VTune had a little bit more luck in his marksmanship rocks, it would have been a complete different story.
Yeah, and you can see that the Pudge again wants to go towards. In fact, what did he buy out for? Because he has spent some gold. What's coming on his courage? It's going to be the blink. So he goes for the blink before the BKB, just to be able to get on top of the heroes. And again, everybody in the side of Navi, well, Nicky Cool's working towards his BKB now. Drow Ranger wants to go back for the Manta. So the hookshot, he got chased down. He didn't have enough to get the front to Nicky Cool. Nicky Cool can't get himself away from this. This member comes out and they do clean up. At least, did he pick that up? The Grove Bow, it dropped. I don't know who picked that up.
Checking the neutrals, and yep, he picked it up and he sent it to the base. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. Either way, that fight that was lost earlier, that was Navi's time to shine, and they get pushed back. So now it's a little bit of a problem. Now it's Virtus.pro controlling the game for it's gonna be for a long time before Navi can get themselves back into it. They're gonna be needing a ton of items, Manta and the shard of the Drow Ranger to start it off.
Yeah, and the Pudge is gonna come through. There's gonna be the TP away from the Lycan here as well. But look at this ward that Navi have right in front of the tier 2 on the map. You can see it there where the Lycan just TP'd to, so they know roughly where the Lycan is now. And if they want to, they can maybe try and chase him down, run this dog down.
Very deep vision from Virtus.pro. What they're trying to do is know where Navi are moving to, because Virtus.pro are faster to move around the map, right? And then you see them moving to one side, you know that you're going to be getting there in time to kill them. That's why you have this much deep vision. You don't necessarily need to see Navi, you just need to know roughly where they are, because they cannot collapse onto the heroes as fast as you can.
Yeah, ooh, Krilla. Lycan is close, but the Drow Ranger is closer still. It looks like the VP, they want to group up. Even Krilla could be healed up. The last salve coming through from the shovel here. And yeah, the smoke from VP, who are they going to be able to find? Because Sayush in vision is going to be... No, okay, it's just a sentry. I thought that was an observer that saw Malady behind the trees. So the smoke, not going to be finding anyone just yet. Sayush, though, the hook will be coming in. He connects onto the hood. It's Sweden Strong. Not really the main target, but he will still be picked up when Krillia gets that hook over, even with the 4 staff coming out from the squirrel. Now they even take down Malady. So both supports are being absolutely shut down in this game on the side of Navi.
Malady has pretty much been a bodyguard, a big brother, as if you wish, for VTune. He is always where VTune is, ready to be smacked down so that his Drow Ranger lives. And the thing is that the goal lead is increasing a little bit too much for Virtus.pro right now. Even with VTune being pretty much free to farm however much he wants, 3 cores of Virtus.pro are still doing better than him.
Oh, Nicky, you've got to be so careful about doing that. There's a Pudge with a blink dagger, and he doesn't use it this time, but you were alone, son. If you got caught out, Clockwork was nearby as well. Hookshot's only just coming back up, so Nicky, if those spells were there, probably would have been the jump onto the Lesh, because the Pudge, he was looking, he was hungry, and he was ready for his next meal.
You need to make some kind of risks in this game if you're Navi. You know that a straight up fight currently, you cannot win because you cannot get the right jump. So you need to get the items necessary so that you can start those fights. Though when I look at everyone on Navi, no one is buying a blink. How do they think they can win a fight if they don't catch the keeper? Like, no blink being built on the Sven, no blink being built on the Hoodwink, no blink on the repertoire currently for the Lesh. This is they're putting themselves in a position to win a fight.
The blinding light, I don't think the Drow Ranger, does he get it? No, he doesn't. Oh, the Drow again, no BKB, no Manta style. The Squadix just using the E-Blade, and the first Illuminate wasn't going to connect, and he knocked him further away with the blinding light. I was just like, okay, yeah, okay, they're going to give up this Drow kill, and then no, Rocky Flirt comes out, second Illuminate, and the damage was just enough to pick up the kill onto the Drow.
Virtus.pro pretty much respecting the lore of the Drow. She doesn't like when people get near her. No problem, we're gonna kill you with 0 committal. That just seemed like such an easy kill. There was nothing that VTune could do, and Virtus.pro, you could barely even see any of their heroes.
And now they might even be able to go for more of the rotation coming through Clockwork. And did he go into rush? Yeah, they're just gonna go into the rush, but they know this Drow Ranger. With 4 seconds he's left dead, you know, they can do a lot of damage, and even then Navi probably don't rotate to try and contest into this rush.
BKB ready on Lesh. If there was ever a time, to go for a fight, it is right here, right now. But even if they were there, the big problem is how do you start a fight without a single blink dagger? The answer seems to be you don't. You just let Virtus.pro have whatever they want.
Yeah, and they knew they were safe doing it because VTune moving down towards this bottom lane walked right past this ward that is about to expire. The hook shot comes through. They're going to be able to catch up to Nicky Cool again. There's a stun, but onto Sweden Strong. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the... Now, Hoodwink and the Sprout comes out as well. Nicky Cool says BKB. What BKB? Is the Sprout keeping him in place? Noticed, able to get that kill there onto the Lesh. He might even be able to go for more. Oh, does he get a TP away Sven? No, the damage, it's going to be enough for the Squadix. He picked up the kill. Even with the TP for Malady, he had the damage to get that one there.
And obviously, the second they lost that fight close to the enemy triangle, they stopped making plays around the map, and they just waited for Virtus.pro to make theirs. And Virtus.pro, I said, there is a chance with this kind of a lineup that you make mistakes, but they haven't made too many of those, you know. They've moved around the map quite fast. They have been able to apply pressure. They have been able to put fear in the Drow Ranger so that she cannot fight that easily, and we're gonna be seeing the odds reflecting it. You know, at this point, Navi, it's looking very much impossible for them to come back into this game.
And 9-1, and you can see VP nearly straight evens here. The clear favourites at EPB in this second game. 2 takers and 12k net worthly, 13k net worthly, and Aegis. You've got the Pudge that looks near unkillable on 3k health with, you know, coming into, he's got that BKB up now. That's going to be a fresh one. How do you realistically get through the side of VP if you're Navi?
You don't. Currently with Navi, you have to farm. The way that they itemize, it is not to just run into a fight. It is not what they're good at. They need to farm, they need to push out the waves, they need to delay. That's what their items give them. Maybe this drum of the Sven, you could say, okay, it's gonna allow you to go for that bonus kill, but not when you are this far behind. You're not getting a single one.
No, and look at this, you can see the, oh yeah, he's just so confident that he's moving away from the rest of the team. In fact, they're even going to be able to find out Malady now as well. Sayush with the point blank hook shot comes in, Cogs traps him, locks him down, and Sayush gets the kill.
So much damage.
They can go for more. The Glepnir now. Nicky Cool doesn't want to use that BKB just yet, so he gets caught in the Glepnir. The chase out from Krill. Yeah, there's going to be the multi-shot. Sharpshooter onto the Pudge, but the Pudge has break me. It doesn't even affect me here. 3k health, and what are you going to do about it?
It's very hard to break a flab of fat, you know. It's a tough one, and he just stands his ground. Nothing that Navi can do about it. They're lucky that they only lost Malady. And really, Malady has had such good positioning in this game for him to be the one to die. You know, it's weird to say for a 0 and 8 hero, but this is what he wanted to do. He wanted to be the one getting all the hate.
Yeah, now the chip comes in. They're going to get the dismember split up. So the Pudge not using the BKB just yet. He will not be able to get the kill onto Sweden Strong. But again, just letting him know he's there. Maybe just giving him a warning shot.
I really like what Lace is doing. He is making sure that the bottom lane is at least somewhat pushed out, as you don't want to allow your last outer tower to fall. If you ever get to a point where you would get your initiation items, where you would get something that's going to allow you to win a fight, it's going to be around this tier 2. So with him hiding in the trees, it might be possible in the long run.
Yeah, but you can see that the rotation coming out from Natus, just trying to deep push this lane, using the trains as well to take the creep aggro. So Laze, does he want to try and run him down? As you can see the Natus, both offlaners here, just trying to do the best to try and duel around this bottom lane.
Natus has an Aegis because he has been part of the action so much and he needs the extra life.
True. And now they get the kill onto Nicky Cool. He is dead, no buyback. 45 seconds. BKB just got delivered for the Nature Prophet game now as well. Brilliant. He's still got his own BKB. He doesn't get a drag back onto the hook just yet, but tier 3, it's being punished. It's being taken down. And it's so close to going down. But it looks like they're going to TP. Did he get the vision off? Lazy's going to be spotted here now as well. Sprout comes out. It's going to block his path. And even the TP, the boost is probably onto the tree. And Slaves, he gets locked down. Krillya with a quick response. They get the kill onto the Lycan.
And finally, they've dealt with him. I thought the move from the Lycan, it was actually very good. Not to TP to the base and stay on the bottom lane, but there was another nice deep ward coming out from Virtus.pro. They spot him, and this time around, they're going to be bringing to kill him.
The hook comes in, and Sweden Strong goes down. And the Hoodwink, he's just getting, I mean, less than 1500 health every time Krillya gets on top of him, just gets blown up and eaten alive here by this dismember.
It's just a very squishy hero, and the second he gets hooked, we can assume that he's going to go down. Right? The only reason he survived earlier is because the Pudge's dismember got cancelled by the Split Earth, and he got forced out by himself. But that's second you get hooked, no one is there to help you. It's over.
Dire's bottom tower.
Now this tier 2 tower on the bottom. It's going to go down. This is going to open up the entire base here on the side of Na'Vi. No tier 2 towers remain. Roche is going to be at least 2.5 minutes away. Do you think that VP wait this out? You know, because they're not really in a rush to end the game. You know, look to throw away the lead they have. Do you expect them here just to hang back, farm through the jungle, take away the farm away from Na'Vi, and look towards that next Roche?
Yes, more deep wards. Na'Vi are... This is kind of the point for Na'Vi where you have to go for Desperation Smokes. That's what they do. But Desperation Smokes very rarely work out well. And they almost never, if not never, work out with a hero like a Drow. Desperation Smoke, you are not the one choosing where to fight. You're not the ones that have better vision. You're just the ones that have the element of surprise. And for Na'Vi's lineup, that's not really much.
Yeah, you can see the difference. It's 21k net worth lead here at the... Nature's Prophet right at the top with Squadix onto the Kotl as well. The difference between the two carries, it's only about 2k, but the fact that the difference between the two carries is only 2k and there's a 21k net worth lead difference for VP, it just shows how far ahead the rest of the cores are on the side of VP to their counterparts.
Like, I was the same net worth as the enemy carry, so, you know, I deserve to win. Maybe that's going to be his train of thought. But yeah, Na'Vi aren't looking too great. They need to retake their jungle, but they're just going to be running right into Virtus.pro.
Yeah, look at this. Cyrus just comes in point blank quick here onto Maldi. They're going to take the kill onto this fence. Sharpshooter, but he's still going to be locked in the cogs. Throwing out on the back line, getting that dismember off the hook now as well. B-Tune's already away, and Nicky Tool can he run himself away from this with the BKB going. Krillya going to be taking some damage, but Lazy's in with the wolf form. The bushwhack, it stops the freezing field. They might be able to turn this around. The multi-shot now as well. Splits up the damage, though. Is it going to get through Krillya? Krillya, the dismember's going to be cancelled off. Squadix, he comes in, he takes down Nicky Cool. The buyback comes out from the Sven now as well. So they're looking to try and get some more out of this, but VP have already got a good couple of kills. So they're going to be looking to disengage. All three cores on the side of VP still alive.
It doesn't get much better than that for Na'Vi, and they still don't manage to kill a single core. You know, like, that is the moment when, you know, the epic music starts playing and you're like, yeah, we can do it, let's go, you can do it. But no, they just don't have enough damage. That's it. V-Tune had to get out of that fight. When you look at his items, he doesn't really have any damage dealing items currently, and for a Drow it's usually not a problem. if you can get the hits in. But if you're only hitting with multi-shot, you need to have more items to really be able to do anything.
Yeah, and Clock being a brave little toaster there as well. He TP'd to the outpost that was currently being reclaimed with no vision apart from the heroes that were reclaiming the outpost, and for all he knew when he completed that TP, he could have been ganked off and killed. So yeah, Clockwork playing fast and loose there.
I mean, he understands. I get vision, I go in. It's the rest of my team that does the rest. If he doesn't allow Navi to get the right jump on one of his important heroes, he has done his job already. And I mean, Clockwork, he actually has a lot of ways to survive, even if he goes super deep. So there's really no reason for Sayush not to be super aggressive in this game whenever he sees an enemy.
Yeah, Roche 25 seconds away, and Sayush, he was all right just sitting in the pit, you know, playing that living ward. The scan does come out from the Dire, and it doesn't actually go back to green before the scan fades, so maybe Navi thinking Roche is going to be up. There's going to be the smoke out, but on high ground, the waiting smoke's going to break Nicky Cool on the front lines. Brilliant. Do they see it? Do they get the vision? He's going to go for that blink away. And now, well, Sayush backing him up, but he can turn around the hook shot. Bushwhack's not going to connect onto the Clockwork. The big man's back though in his pit.
You could just wait it out if you're Virtus.pro. Good thing is that Navi, they did get the outpost, so this is something they should be playing around. But still, the lanes are going to be dealt with by the Nature's Prophet. He's just going to be spamming the Wrath of Nature, and then Navi are going to have a choice: run into the enemy or go back into the base, and none of those options is good.
Yeah, the Lycan does have the shard, so the waves do push out with the summon wolves. You know, it's just on that random wave, that random lane. But like you say, excuse me, like you say, 60 seconds on the Wrath of Nature. Every time that wolf shows up to contest onto the creeps, you can just pop it. You can just push it out, or like every second wolf, I guess.
Man, Natus is the real carry. When I look at his items, Gleipnir, Aghanim Scepter, AC, BKB is going for a Nullifier. He wants to make sure that the Force Staffs don't change anything, because Force Staffs are pretty much the only reason that VTune has been surviving some of the fights. If there's no Force Staffs, he's just gone, and that's what's going to happen once the Nullifier comes out.
I like the itemization on the Crystal Maiden as well. Going for the double Wraith Bands, because usually you used to see the Crystal Maidens go for the double Wraiths for the extra health that it offered. But the double Wraith Bands for that armor. He's got the Ghost Scepter as well, just to throw out on himself in case he does start being right-clicked down by the Drow.
Or he wins against the Lycan units as well. He uses ulti and just doesn't die. That is a Crystal Maiden with a lot of armor. You know, even when his armor gets reduced by the Howl, it still has... it still has like 12 of it, so 32 with the freezing field.
So let's see, both teams, they are posturing around this Roche. There isn't any racks being taken down just yet, so there's no lanes that do push. And in fact, again with Wolves, the lane should be pushing out for the side of Navi. Every so often, Natus inside the pit. Did you want to try and make something happen here?
Lash has a blink, finally.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's see what they can do. He's in the pit. He's going to come out with a BKB. The hook, it misses. Sweet and strong. Oh, by the fur on his hide, the miss gets missed by that hook. Roshan about halfway done. That's going to be Krilliat's BKB though. That's down for the next 80 seconds or so.
Oh man, to me it looked like that connected. I don't know how that missed really, but yeah, he does get himself out with the sharpshooter there, pushing himself back. It looked for a second like he was gonna get snatched either way, but he does get himself out. Now Navi finally with the blink on Nicky Cool, they do have some kind of initiation, and they're walking just into the pit.
They're just getting it's on half out. They're trying to get themselves in, but pull away. Quality, the Crystal Maiden comes out. They might be able to take the kill. They will be able to take the kill onto this man. But now, the shard is still in the pit. They get the Aegis, they get the most important part, and now they're going to try and get themselves away here. The double damage rune onto Vitu, and Vitu doesn't have the damage. He's going to be able to get the kill onto Sayush. Notice though, this member comes out onto the Lycan. He's going to be played around. He's going to be dismantled the freezing field, but he's going to be out of range. Laves though still gets killed off. Sweden strong. The buyback from the Clockwork. Shard's still in the pit. Does anyone check? Gem on the deck as well.
Let's see, the Collis, is he gonna check? No, he doesn't care. No one cares. That is actually a pretty solid one for Navi, even though you lose the fight ultimately.
The courier. It's been seen. Is it going for the... The courier can pick up the shards, right? Sorry, I interrupted you. I just got it. I got excited.
Couriers can't see in the pit actually, so I think not.
True.
But
well,
Well, see, it's not that bad for Navi overall. They have the Aegis, and most importantly, Virtus.pro don't have an Aegis. That is, you've bought yourself some time here if you're Navi.
Yeah. I'm just watching the courier fly around, just trying in the pit, just not able to pick anything up yet because there is no vision in that. So the next team to walk in, I mean, Navi probably know it. Obviously, Navi know it's still there, or the possibility of it still being there. They just can't get out of the pit to the pit to pick it up.
Can you find a lore explanation why couriers don't see the roach pit?
Because it was cheap and it was a great way to use your couriers later on to scout out the any.
That's not the lore way. That's not the lore reason. That's a that's you using facts. Reasoning.
Magic. It's don't have to explain shit. It's just magic.
Okay. Okay. Navi, they're gonna be confined in their base with an Aegis. Imagine how VTune feels right now. He has 2 lives and he can't use it, but delaying the game is very important. Once you get the Silver Edge, the damage output of the Drow increases significantly. So that is when you can start ripping through the heroes. And man, I'm just not seeing, I'm only seeing this one Blink Dagger and I really don't like it. Navi are not playing to win. That's how it looks to me from the item choices.
What would you... I mean, it looks like the Drow Ranger is going to be going towards the Silver Edge. Would you prefer here, the Sven going towards the Force Staff, would you prefer that Blink to come out for him to get the initiation out with a Stormhammer?
Yes, for sure, for sure. The way that you want to fight the start is Drow Ranger attacks. They are going for the Drow. Sven jumps in before they can get on top of her, because now with the Nullifier, he's not going to be able to get out with VTune. That's how you want it. And BKBs, you know, it's way too easy to react to the Lash stun. To a Sven with the Blink, it's not that easy, or a Hoodwink with the Blink.
Yeah. But as well with the Shiva's Guard, so it's going to offer some extra armor, and the jump in, the slowdown potential on that if you get on top of him, VTune. So you want to go so she's going to be close. Looks like comes down. They're going to be able to catch him with block on Force Staff though. He's going to be kept alive for a little bit longer. Even the Centaur going to get involved, but if he gets killed, tries for the Force Staff. He's going to live. He's going to live. He is the boy that lived here, and now he's still got that hook shot revealed though. He's going to be able to come in and they get the jump onto the Drow. That's the Aegis gone. It's 3 heroes, 3 other heroes dead here. They've got the Dismember, the damage VTune. Do they have the damage to take him down? VTune the hook. And they don't just displace with the TP. And Kuliak not using that Dismember.
Well, it's still gonna be a game over here. Navi, they don't have the resources. They don't have a way to start the fight. Virtus.pro, they're way too far ahead currently, and they don't even need that Aegis. VTU's damage is nowhere near sufficient to kill any of the important heroes in Virtus.pro, so this game is over here.
And you can see them, marching through, taking the pace down. They're going to be able to take this lane of Rax, and all the ultimates are starting to come back up as well. Freezing Field about 40 seconds away. It looks like they don't want to overcommit and throw it. You know, and they've got a 37k lead, but they don't want to throw this game away, so they are going to be going towards this bottom lane as well, maybe just looking to take the Megas before they look to end. But one more team fight and one more winning team fight for VP, they're just going to be able to end the game.
And I mean, why risk it? If you win this one, they're potentially you're playing tiebreakers for the major if Hellraisers lose the next series that they're going to play, so there is really no reason for you to make any kind of a rash move if you're Virtus.pro right now. Navi cannot leave their base. There is absolutely no way that Navi wins leaves the base and wins the fight. Right? The only way that Navi wins the fight is in their base. If the enemies are coming on the high ground, VTune is attacking for a very long time, and then you win it. Even in that scenario, it's next to impossible. But if you just play it slow, you cannot lose this game. It's just not gonna happen.
And Rocket Flare coming through onto the top lane here. VTune just maybe worried about any aggression coming out, just immediately goes for the Force Staff back to the high ground. Meanwhile, Kuliak throws through to take the jump. I think he killed all the BKB comes out. Is he going to go? Dismember comes through. And now with this Rat and Nick and Stone, he could be able to take down Nicky Cool. And can he go even further onto this punch, being Force Staffed away from the danger? Lade trying to right click down onto Sayus, though. Sayus used that hook shot, and VTune having to balance. No, but he still get the hook back. He still get the drive back even after the Master Style comes out. Sweet and strong, trying to do what he can with the sharpshooter. He get the Hex, he get the lockdown onto the Drow. Even Jakal just moved himself in with this. The BKB on the Crystal Maiden doesn't have the mana for the Freezing Field. It doesn't matter, they're going to clean up anyway. And this is going to be game number 2 going the way of VP.
I don't know if you looked for a second there on the HP of Navi's heroes. They were all on like
Dire's
below 100 HP. They're all just dead, wounded. You just need to poke them and they'll fall over. And yeah, this is the last hurrah for Navi in this series.
Yeah, the rocket flare's coming through. There's going to be another hook shot now available to them. The mana's still not there for the freezing field. The hook shot's going to miss. But this should just be Megas. The frostbite comes out. Marty's going to be locked down. The Gleipnir as well. Let extra through. And Marty tries to get himself away. Sweden strong as well. Just bouncing himself around. But it looks like BP, they're going to be able to come in and clean up. And yeah, Cyrus just comes through. V-Tune, no BKB for the next 30 seconds here. And the damage onto the base, it's just going to be overwhelming from the side of Navi. They might be able to get the kill onto Cyrus. What else can they do? Because I mean, Cool gets dead for the next 30 seconds as well, so maybe not over just yet. They're going to be able to get onto Squadix here with the E-Blade, trying to keep himself alive. But do they have any lockdown? Do they have the damage? Do they have that bushwhack to get the kill while it's happening? Base though, it will be under attack.
You know, good fight for Navi. Maybe. Just maybe a little bit too late, but either way, they still keep themselves in it. They don't want to let it go so easily. You know, if you lose this one, best case scenario, you are fighting to stay in Division 2, Division 1. Sorry, but if you win this one, you win the next series, you don't have to play the tiebreakers. Tiebreakers can be nerve-wracking, so Navi, they don't want it. Though the reality says that there is a 99% chance that they will play it either way.
Yeah, Roche gets planted his flag outside the Roche pit. He even walks in, he sees the free shard, he just says, thank you very much, I'll take
Look
that.
at the DPS meter. Look at the DPS meter, like from WoW. That looks so cool.
That's a really nice touch. But yeah, Natus Prophet just running the damage in this game so far, it looks like.
Sven is not gonna be invited to raids. He's a tank that died 12 times, and as a DPS, he just sucks, you know, not geared too well.
I've got goosebumps.
Notice. You can see that he's just continuing to farm. You know, the Pudge Goliath in the jungle just continuing to farm. Find the next item, the refresher coming out for the Pudge, so that's going to be there in the next couple of seconds. Item-wise, alright, it's Megas. What can Navi do? Do they just keep Nicky cool in the base? Look to get him the Boots of Travel so he can help out the team, you know, TP onto the Lycan Wolves, and otherwise just keep him in the base to push this one up.
I would buy the travels in this game for sure. I mean, it's a necessity when you're playing against Megas, especially when you have some like a Lycan on or a Beastmaster. It does allow you to have some potential for a play, but then again, he might know that the end is coming, and in that end, the boot travel won't really help him. So that's why you go for it. It seems like Navi, I think they're not winning this game in the next 5 minutes. If they're winning it, it's gonna be in okay, poor Malady, but it's gonna be in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, if he is really the tank, you know, blame the healer for not keeping him topped up there. And V-Tune, he needs to get himself out. He's gonna be caught. The Lincoln Sphere does get broken. He gets rooted out. Glimmer Cape though, and a reveal. Does the clockwork rocket flare? He doesn't. He's not level 20. So he doesn't have that true sight reveal there on his rocket flares.
Now getting some nice stand there from the solar bind, so really happy with that one, looking good. But either way, it's not looking good for Navi overall. Their buybacks, they're not even saving them. They understand that they're so far behind that any little item is gonna help them quite a lot.
Yeah, and now they're gonna be moving themselves into the third Roshan here, VP, and when they get this Aegis, they're going to have the cheese and another refresher as well. They could just look to end the game because they do have buybacks. They could, you know, buybacks are a resource in this game, and if your opponents don't have them, and you do, you can throw yourself at the enemies. If you trade off 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1, and you've got buybacks, all of a sudden it's like it might be a 4 versus 1. Even if Navi look to win the fight, you know, you buy back, you get yourself and you wipe them afterwards, and you can look to end the game that way.
It was a refresher Roche, and I won't give it to the Crystal Maiden. Has a BKB, has a shard. Imagine this 15 seconds of BKB and the freezing field going all the time there as he's moving, or he can literally destroy Navi.
He doesn't.
I mean, they don't kill him. You give him the cheese as well. You give him the cheese. That's the solution.
Harry Maiden.
It's actually such an overwhelming amount of damage, especially when you're level 20. It's stupid how much damage you do.
Yeah, no, that is the one thing that could do that, but he only has the mana to get the freezing field off twice. Doesn't really have the mana for the shard there as well. So
during the freezing field, as his BKB is expiring, oh yeah, shard actually costs a lot of mana. Well, 200.
Yeah. So yeah, gets the jumping hook, won't connect here, and it looks like VP, they've had enough of this. They want to get themselves in. Lycan though does have that buyback, and he has the lockdown onto the push, but the push has that Aegis, he has the refresher, he wants to use the BKB as well. Mality's going to go down. Mality this time doesn't have that buyback, and Nicky Cool caught in the sprouts to drag back into the hook, the refresh comes through, and dismember, they're going to get the lockdown onto the Lesh. The Lesh is dead 69 seconds, he is going to be gone. Nice for VP, as Laze gets himself back into the fight with the BKB. That's about all of he's got here, and Koyat, much ever on towards the tier 4s. They're going to be able to go into the Lycan. Lycan's dead for a second time, and it's many minutes, and now V-Tune, hook shot comes through onto the Drow, just keeping him locked down. So it's going to be a free hook onto him. The Dismember comes out, they get the kill, and this is going to be GG.
Yeah, finally they give up. They know they have nothing left in the tank, and Navi, they fought as much as they could, but in the end it just wasn't enough. There were points in this game, unlike the previous one, where it looked like things could go well, but, you know, after you lose one fight, and you completely stop it.
Dota